Matthew McConaughey impersonation. All right, we're ready to go. So you can see they brought out some of the big boy hot rods out to the staging area here. First, down the chute in the old pro pit is going to be the young fella. This is Brendan Asbury in Blue Bayou, a third-year racer, 1937 Chevy-esque fiberglass body, running a 572 big block with a PSI Model D screw blower. Runs on methanol paddle tires. Wants to thank Brad and Don, his mom, and Ayla, his girlfriend, for all the help. He hails out of Langley, BC, sponsored by Fort Fabrication and Welding. Whoa! And here comes the sand. You go, okay, so the team springs into action. Like I say, you'll watch them start it up, unplug the starter, unplug the battery, spray down the hat with some de-icer. Right now he's priming it with some fuel, gasoline usually. Ron will give him the okay when it's up to temp, and Steve's gonna lay one down, folks. It's gonna be loud, it's gonna be fast. Check for his clutch setup. Check how much RPM it takes to move this car. Oh yeah, yeah, he's gonna do it, folks. He's gonna lay one down right here. Plug your ears! Holy moly, a 2.280 on the rear wheels. Nice job, Stevie Strella, 2.280. Wow, grunting it out, all that torque. The RPM didn't really come up. That's a grunty tune-up he's got there, 2.463. All right, this is Geronimo. This is Blaine driving, not Byron. This is a 427 big block. Now you can see it's got a carburetor. You see it's got nitrous, but no blower. Now a 4984. Now what Blaine could have done there when that little pop, at the starting line, he could have stopped. It was less than 10 feet. Let me just find Jen for you. All right. Jen's got Chad Piper and Ashley Cosgraves as her pit crew. She's sponsored by Stone's Speed Shop, Joint Ventures, Al's Auto Repair, Longhorn Fencing out of Williams Lake, Kurt Moment, Steve's Towing. It says take a breath, Stu. Ma Cooling, Nails by Alcina, Lordco, Iron Horse Mechanical, Recurve Metalworks, AMC Creative, Brady Electrical Contracting, and special thanks to Dano at Extreme Machines Customs for all the help. This is lady driver Jen Joint in Misunderstood, a 1955 GMC, a small block stroker with some spray. The nitrous, of course, they call it the spray. She ain't playing, she's spraying. Now, I think it goes without saying that was not on purpose. At 12.330. So the way mud racing or pro pit sand racing works is it's best 3 out of 4. So clearly that will be her throwaway, and obviously it's not running right. I've talked to Byron. There is a plan for a new motor with a supercharger in the future. Right now he's out there doing it. Very committed guy. Comes a long ways. We love you, Byron. Well, a 6-6. This is her daughter, Cheyenne, in the Razor 200 Polaris. Wants to thank Mom, Dad, Grandma Davies, Off-Road Racing. Steph, manual backup timers, are you ready? We are ready. They hail out of Forest Grove, British Columbia. Cheyenne Davies, #1 in juniors, folks. Not as loud, not as noisy, but just as important. And if you can hear Matt gets the coolest job. He gets to talk to each one of the kids as they go down the line here. Now that thing is not picking up RPM. So we have to get Dad to tune up there. 10.128 for Cheyenne Davies to start off the juniors. Next up, this is Wesley Vandermeer in Fire Tires. Wesley Vandermeer. Top-notch drainage, DJB Excavating, Grandpa Vandermeer and Mom and Dad are the sponsors. Wesley and Fire Tires. That was a 10-second for Cheyenne. Let's see if Wesley can do something better on the 10. Yellow. Green. Go, Wesley, go. Yeah, we gotta get some tune-ups going here, folks. At 8.922 for Wesley. Krista the sister. This is her son. Ryland at Langley, BC. Second-year racer, a 77 Honda Odyssey 2-stroke. Bear Claw tires on it. Want to thank Mom and Dad. Mom and Dad run the mega trucks. That's Jordan and Krista. You'll see them out later. Oh yeah, that's running good, Ryland. Stay on it, Ryland. That's running good. Well, here we go. This is going to be the fast time of the class right here, folks. A 7.298 for Ryland Humphrey. Oh, we got Kaylee Hopkins. That's her big brother, Brian Hopkins, getting his smoke on back there. Letting him clean the engine out. Brian, when he was a young kid, won the class in this car, the farm buggy, a home built thing. Now he's passed it off to his sister, Kaylee. She wants to thank Cascade Motorsports, Lordco, KBC Farms, Hopkins Farms, and her big brother B-Hop. Oh yeah, yeah. Right down the gut. Kaylee, you got this. There's the new fast time on 6.758 for Kaylee Hopkins. Nice job. This is the BB, the borrowed buggy. This is Abby Harampoli, first year racer, 84 Honda Odyssey, sponsored by Dad and Davies Off-Road Racing, 100 mile horsepower ranch on a Langley, BC. Let's see what Abby's got for you, folks. Decent, yeah, 7985. Good job by Abby. You can see she's got a color coordinated. This looks like none other than Caden the Mac in the Red Nightmare. A custom buggy running a 254 stroke out of Lone Butte, British Columbia, flying the BC flag. Okay, Caden, let's see. Look how small he is. He's sitting on a bunch of cushions. Oh, the spot. Caden, it's your dad's fault, okay? Don't worry about it. It's like, hey, I'm only 5, man. Give me a break. Now, we have a rule. We have this goofy rule that if this happens and dad or mom or uncle or a combination or whoever pushes them through, the time will count because the clock is still going. There we go. A 42-143 for Caden Lemac. All right. Next up, we've got the Ruby Rocket on a Langley, BC, an 82 Honda Odyssey. This is Annika Crawford. Annika Crawford. Let's go. Oh, that's an 8052. This is young Kinsley Vanderbilt. He's a second-year driver. Like I say, Matt has the cool job. He gets to talk to all the kids. Oh, it sounded like it was tied. A 9-777. A 9 with double Ray Borks on the end there. Junior Brookies, this is Steve Strell, Steve Strell's daughter. I'm trying to say it's like Steven. Steven Strell's daughter. Brookie Strell, the horn. Yeah, the horn. This is Overstrell, sponsored by, she wants to thank Davey and Matthew for all the help. This is the old sheet metal from Steve Strell's old body on his paddle car. Brookie Strell in, if you can see this thing at night, it's got cool blue LED lights underneath it and stuff. It's a neat machine. Well, Brookie Strell, what do you got, Brookie? We're ready up here. Oh, yeah. Oh, she's going now. An 8006, honestly, that's the fastest I've ever seen that machine run. Good job, guys. Good job. This should be a good race, folks. These are two really fast hot rods, and side by side, this is really fast mud. Should be a couple of good tires to spray. There's the purge right there. See that? Keep that line clear. Keep that solenoid from freezing up. We got them staged. Ready to go. We're ready up here. Manual backup timers. Manual timers. Here we go. We're ready. Hit it! Now, I don't know why Eric was asleep on the line there. A 5632 for Ian Brewster to Civic Duty. Check this thing out. Altered wheelbase. 79 Ford. He's got a 532 big block Ford in here with the hood's on there, but it's got dual carburetors with velocity stacks. Nothing says high school like dual carbs and velocity stacks. Mr. Ford himself, Gerald Stern in Bumpy. Trying it out in low range, couple of shifts there, a 5-2-2-5. Check out the paint job on this car. This is a really cool paint job. They call it Black and Blue Nights. Renee Stern, lady driver, coming your way. Taking the long way, a 5-1-4-0. It was running and then it wasn't, then it was again. This is Jen Joy. She wants to thank Chad and Ashley for all the help. Now hopefully it's running better because she had that problem passing paddles. So it's a solo pass. She should have been beside Renee, but she's within the bounds of the 5-minute clock. You can see she's got a couple of little Barbie dolls on the front of the hood there. We'll talk about those a little bit later. We're ready up here, Brennan. Now that 5862, that's quite a bit better. You can see it's still not running perfect, but you could hear the nitrous kicking in there. So this thing is most guys a little longer wheelbase, big cubic inches. He's got a little microscopic Subaru motor in here. All Subaru parts. Short wheelbase. There he sprayed. You can hear the solenoid. You can hear the spray. A little Subaru, like a 2-liter Subaru on nitrous. Nice job by Ivan. A 4.817. We're back to side by side with a couple of tractor trucks. This is Northwest Mud Racing Association President Leanna Davies in Hell on Heels. She's going up against her sister, Krista, the sister, in Ball Breaker. Two sisters in mega trucks. How cool is that, folks? And yes, they're both married. You can smell. You can't smell it. Leanna has a fuel additive. Leanna puts this fuel additive in her fuel. It smells like grapes over here. A 4202 for Leanna and a 4817 for her sister Krista. Now we got two more hot rods. We got E4 there, the Hairy Canary. This is Eleanor Fawcett, and the Fawcett, Eleanor and Chris, I'll explain it later, are a racing family going against Jordan Keeneker in heavy metal. Jordan wants to thank Bill for all the help. The Hairy Canary had troubles at Cornell, folks, and transmission issues. I talked to Chris today. He's a transmission guy. This thing should run pretty good. Ellie's going to put it to the metal. Go, Ellie, go! A 4.014 for Eleanor Fawcett and Hairy Canary, and a 5.096. You beat him by a full second, Ellie. Austin Smith in bad habits with the broken left ankle. Luckily, it's his left ankle, so he can still use the gas pedal foot. Going against Chris Godfrey on a Kitimat, BC. Both these guys came quite a ways. He calls this Morticia. It's an 82 Jeep with a Chevy. It just says Chevy. It looks like I can't see the exhaust. I'll tell you if it's a big block or a small block. I can tell you that much. Good looking Jeep, fiberglass body. I know a little history on this Jeep. About 20 years ago, I tried to buy this body off the guy. He wouldn't sell it to me. Then 10 years go by, and Chris picks it up for half of what I offered him. Life isn't fair sometimes, folks. Good looking machine. Looks like he's running the big block in there. Morticia, the Jeep. Austin Smith, the Toyota. Couple of guys from up north. This is going to be fast. Both these guys are hardcore. Let's see what they got for you folks today. Manual backup timers. The manual backup timers. We're ready up here, Maddie. Greet them up and send them. Yeah, the times are a lot closer than it looked. A 4.112 for Austin. Austin just gets it done, man. That guy, he's got a good program going. And a 4.544 for Chris Godfrey and Morticia. Now this is a couple of young fellows. This is Colby Fawcett and Lulebird. This is Eleanor and Chris Fawcett's son. And then Harry Canary there. A racing family, like I said earlier on. Eleanor's sister used to race. Eleanor's dad built the first version of the Harry Canary. He was very involved in the Northwest Mothers Association from the early days. I used to work with him at Northwest event. Julius Marcus, racing family, all the way down to Colby Fawcett now driving. Going against another father and son deal. This is Odin. Odin the Nice. Yeah, we'll let them side by side, guys, side by side. On a Lumbee, BC, this is Odin Bruchel, the flipping crafter. You saw his dad run it earlier. Now it's Junior's turn. Good. All right, two young guys going to do battle. You know who's the most nervous people in the place right now is their parents. All right, they're staged up. We're ready. They're ready. He's ready. She's ready. We all ready. And go! Oh, a 5.934 for Colby. Lulebird wasn't getting the RPM there. Sounds like it's not running 100%. And a 5.262. What a cool machine. Rear engine. The potential here is endless. It was his first race at Cornell about 3 weeks ago. And it was they were getting the bugs out of it. You know, when you build a new race car, you sneak up on it. And every racer runs a little better. And you drive it a little better. Let's see what Ashley's got here, folks. This is for her second mom, Marlene. Let's see how the mystery machine is running the rear engine. Let's see what happens here, folks. All right, a bit of a soft start, but a 5.858, a 58.58. Round out her sponsor this out of Surrey, British Columbia. She used to race in the junior class. Now she's up with the real deal. We allow the real deals at 14. She's actually 16 now because she turned 16 14 days after our last race. Yes, it's a long story. Bella Vandermeer. I got a Hell's Bell shirt I'm going to put on later. Bella Vandermeer out of Surrey, BC. In Hell's Bell, she got a 454 in here. 9-inch rear end. Dana 44 front end. A lot of neat stuff. Cool little car. Let's see what you got, Bella. 16-year-old lady driver, Bella Vandermeer. I can see her turning the wheel, but I didn't see the wheels move much. We're ready, Matt. Let's see what happens. Someone said something about Bella had some steering issues. Let's see what's going on here. No steering required. A 4.779. For Bella, good job, Bella. Now into street modified class. Here's a couple of lady drivers for you. This is Independent. Ricky Blackwell at 81 Chevy Scottsdale. She wants to thank Jen and Chad for Misunderstood. She wants to thank Corey Lipchinski, Mr. RPM, for all the help. Brian Barkhouse and their pit crew, they've all played a part in getting her home from Quesnel. Thanks to Dano DMC for the late night video calls. Help her figure out electrical issues. Going against Whiskey Girl, that's 64 Chevy. Tammy Barkhouse, sponsored by Larson Towing and Recovery, Uppercut Apparel, and Marshall's Mechanical. Ricky in the black truck hails out of Kelowna. Oh, it's a close one. It's a close one. Oh, Ricky, I think Ricky's got her. A 59.11 for Ricky and Tammy. A little taking the long route right at the end there. A 7.228 for Tammy Barkhouse. And the Whiskey Girl, Tammy's also involved in our apparel. This is Back in Black. This is Austin's other truck. How cool is that? Out of Terrace, BC, brings two vehicles sponsored by A&J Roofing, Ken's Marine, Silver Fox Hotshot, Caleb Off-Road, and Caleb Tire Services out of the aforementioned Terrace, BC. Going against Justin Price in Relentless, the one nearer to me. A big block with a 5-speed in there. RX Wood Industries, Richards Ranch, Lord Code, Last Minute Racing, Wild Acres Ranch, and McDonald's. Austin Smith getting it done, a 4.681 and a 6.512. All right, we got Peter Hopkins in that blue Dodge Ram, 97 Ram. Calls it Dirty Habits. Wants to thank Lorco, Hopkins Roofing, KBC's Farm. Big shout out to Brian and Luke for all their hard work getting his truck ready. Going against Daryl Paul, 20-year plus racer in the Drama Queen. Oh, did we mention that Pete Hopkins is running a diesel? A 5982 Brown, I can't even see you, buddy. Okay, Corey, I'll ask one more time. Why do they call you Mr. RPM? Listen for the answer. That's why. Oop, a little pop at the end there. A 5.125 for Corey Lipchinski and the Red Dragon. And it lives on, Mr. 10,000 RPM. Watch for some big air. Now you see how it's kind of a lesson in physics here. That is a front engine machine. You saw it. No, it's got very top-notch suspension, but you saw it nose down in the air. Which made a bit of a liar out of me, nose down anyways. That little double hit of throttle right before the jump. So Jordan Koeniger, he's running a 6-liter LS, turbo 400 tranny, MP205 transfer case, 2.5-ton Rockwell axles. This is all heavy duty. 50-inch BKT tires. Any of you guys watch curling? BKT sponsors curling. He's got the BKT. My wife loves curling. Okay, Jordan, some big air, buddy. Nicely done by Jordan. Flags are flying. A 5.461. Whoa, got up 2 wheels there. All right, this is Brian Barkhouse. In Reindeer Games, he calls out. Basically, it's a bone stock GMC Sierra, 2008. Going against Robert Russell in the Boneyard, 2001 Chevy Silverado, out of Williams Lake, BC. Robert and Bobby Russell, father and son duo here today. You can see he's got big money into his paint job. The Boneyard against the Reindeer Games. These are basically street stock vehicles, folks. A 5.880 for Robert Russell in Boneyard and a 7.298. This is Wayne Hooverman and Fun Over 50 out of Houston, BC. Came quite a ways from up north, sponsored by Sullivan Motor Products. Lurco Racing Inland Truck and Equipment out of Houston, as well as Northwest Fuels. Going against the Zombie Moose, Ashley Davis. Well, I heard something. The Zombie Moose, she's sponsored by Lurco Extreme Machines Customs, all their steel, all their equipment, Security Machine and Allspan, Bubba's Speed Shop, Big Time Motors, Steve Stoic, North Island Tree Service, Duplicolor, Conquest Electric, Former Rossi Fabwork. Her pit crew is Darren Davis. See, that mud is muddier than it looks. A 6.259 for Wade Uberman. Ashley knows the drill. She realized she had trouble there, so she stopped. She went less than 10 feet, so for free, we give her a rerun. That was a savvy move on Ashley's part. Out of Mission, BC, is the Zombie Moose, Ashley Davis. Oh yeah, now she's going. Now she's going. Oh yeah, right down Broadway. A 6.108. Good job by Ashley. Good job. A 6.108. Okay. Chad Colin in Jägermeister 2. Ford Bronco going against Bobby Russell in Roberta. Bob wants to thank his dad, Robert Russell, who helped the truck. Robert Russell ran that boneyard a minute ago. Chad Colin wants to thank Dr. Frank at Harris Road Chiropractic for getting him going. Prince Automotive, Albion Tireland, M&M Excavating. Oh, a little stumble. Did it cost him? Yes, it cost him. I think Chad had that. He got just a little out of shape. Cost him a couple of tenths. A 6.939 for Chad and a 6.666. No, I'm not stuck on repeat. A 6.666. We've got Brian Fraser in Maximus in a diesel GMC from McBride, BC, in my lane. That gray GM going against Rip and Tear. This is Sam Jones, 86 GMC with a big block. Maximus right down the chute with an 8.480. This is the Crazy Ranger. This is that kid I saw earlier. We call him B-Hop. Brian Hopkins wants to thank James and Andrew, Cascade Motorsports, and his dad for helping him. Big thanks to his buddy Luke for all his help out of Mission, BC. This is the Crazy Ranger. B-Hop going against Ashley Deedles in the Muddy Moose. I'll read Ashley's sponsors in a second here. You need eyeglasses to read them. Very close. A 6.511 for Ashley and a 6.620 for B-Hop. So this is Derek Backman and Bruce. He calls his Jeep Bruce. He's supposed to be going against Danielle and Dirty Barbie. Danielle's not on the line, so we'll run Derek. Danielle asked for her 5-minute clock. Now, I gotta mention this. At the Cornell race, it's completely different mud than this mud, okay? No one's getting stuck here today. At the Cornell race, we had more guys get stuck than got through. It was just crazy hardcore mud. I gotta do a shout out to Danielle. She was the only one of this class on Saturday. The only one in a whole bunch of classes that got through that mud in Cornell. Good job to Danielle and Dirty Barbie. Let's see what Danielle's got for you today at Valemount. Yes, very quiet. Very quiet. She quietly runs a 7.638.
We're here at the Canoe Mountain Rodeo Grounds for another edition of NWMRA, Northwest Mud Racing Association, Mud Drags down here at Valemount, and we're here with Stuart Whiteman, who is the track announcer for NWMRA. Stu, thanks for coming back.
Hey, thanks for having us.
You bet. You bet. So tell us about what's going on this weekend.
Well, we got our usual race going on, but it's kind of a funny weekend. You know, you can see the smoke rolling in. Jasper was on fire. Driving up here last night, it was really weird. There was no traffic. It felt weird. I think people think Valemount is closed, and it's not. But the Highway 16 is closed. This is usually, we call the unofficial BC Alberta Challenge. So we've got a good contingent of all of our regular guys here, missing a guy or two here, but man, we really miss the Alberta guys. I mean, the amount of Alberta trucks and BC trucks, we'd always pair them up, BC against Alberta. This was always a special track. We expect excellent scenery. Bob's busted his you-know-what to make this facility work. Everything's perfect except there's no Alberta guys. You know, there's forest fires and whatnot. I know there's bigger problems than mud racing, but we really miss those guys. Alberta, if you're watching, we miss you.
Tell us about the races here. What should we be looking for this weekend?
Well, I tell you, we have 7 paddle cars. We got 3 of the biggest hitters around these parts. Run with our club, Steve, Brad, and Jack. We're looking for, Steve ran a 2-2 already. We're going to look for a 2 flat, maybe a 2-1, maybe a 1-9-9 or something. But we're looking for low 2s. And the paddle trucks, the rest of the guys, the mud's pretty polite, so a lot of guys are cutting really good times. So we're just looking for another round of good action. Some of the people that had problems, it wasn't the track, it was their cars, their vehicles. So they get sorted out. And this is a race where most guys can lay down some of their best times of the season.
Great. I talk to you about this every year, but one of the things that really impresses me is how much effort you guys put into the kids and getting the kids involved here.
That junior class, yeah, good point. That junior class is our future. Those kids are our future. There's actually Odin, Colby, Peter Hopkins, who else? Bella Vandermeij. These are racing real race cars that they used to race in junior class. They used to race junior class. They've graduated out of the class. Peter Hopkins won the class. His sister now, little sister, is racing with that buggy. He's driving a Ranger in the real classes. Colby, same story, raced junior. Now he's racing for real. Bella, same thing. Odin, you know, so not only is junior class a big deal for the kids and their families, I've watched many kids graduate into the regular ranks, and it's really neat to watch that. It also just proves how old I'm getting, but you know, it's neat to see it. It's neat to see it, and it is our future. We really cater to these kids. They're having a blast out there, and they represent, like I say, I'm repeating myself, but they represent our future.
Yeah, it's absolutely a family affair. You see a lot of families racing each other, and you know, fathers and sons and daughters and brothers. There's
a Brad and Brendan right there, father-son team just pulled in behind you there. It is a family affair. These kids are racing, their parents are racing, you know, their uncles are racing. There's a lot of father and son teams, there's father and daughter teams. You know, there's family teams, Chris, Ellie, you know, husband and wife. There's several, Brian and Tammy, several husband and wife racers. And yeah, it's truly a family event. You may think whatever you think about mud racing, but the people that do it, it's a lifestyle. And,
absolutely.
And we're all over that stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. We were talking earlier, and a lot of people, you know, they think, well, Stu's the announcer. He's cracking jokes. He's making us laugh. But your heart was in racing long before you were in announcing. Tell us a little bit. Give us a little bit of a first-hand look at what it's like from the other side to be on the racetrack and doing it.
Well, okay, quick story. I used to attend races way back in the 80s. I went to a race in 1988 to just watch the race one time. I rolled in at night to be a spectator. I had this old Jeep. This guy says to me, "Oh, you'll be in B class." He had a flashlight. I go, "No, I'm not here to race." He goes, "What are you talking about? You'll do great." Well, I entered the race. I broke my front end, my rear end. I had a lot of problems. I had to get it towed home. But the hook was set. And I went home and I made changes. And I came back and I started racing regularly. In 89, I got dash plaques on that. I still have that old Jeep. I got dash plaques from 88, 89. I got my first little trophy in 89. It went from the Jeep, it went to the square tube chassis car, it went to 2 chrome moly chassis cars, it went from a big block with nitrous to a big block with a screw blower, and all the way up the ranks, man. And it's in my blood. It is. And life changes, kids come, financial realities tell different stories sometimes, but so I'm super fortunate I still get to be involved in the club. My heart is in racing. I understand what these cars are doing, and I love being an announcer. But boy, if I won a lottery, I'm back in the track. I'll tell you that right now.
What's it like? Tell us what it's like when you're waiting for that light to go green.
It is. A lot of things are going on. You can hear your heart pounding in your ears. You got a lot of things in your mind. I always try to look down. I try to look about 150 feet down the track, just pick a spot and drive to that spot. There's a lot going on. The engine's pounding. It doesn't seem like much if you're sitting there watching, but the amount of activity in your brain, it's on overdrive. And all that And no matter what, you got to take a pee every time. And no matter what, it's just a fact. It's every driver will tell you that same story. But yeah, no, it is. It is exhilarating. It is. I can't really compare it to anything. I don't do drugs, but it must be like that. You know what I mean? You get to that finish line and you are lit up. You could get out of that car and walk to Calgary. You are just firing on all cylinders. You know what I mean? It's cool.
Sounds great. Do you have a favorite racing memory of yourself as a driver?
Yeah, one of my faves. One of my faves is me and a group of guys, Gary and Steve-O and these guys. That was in a borrowed car. A guy bought this vehicle. He bought it out of Montreal, brought it to my house, said, fix it up. So I worked on it for 4 days. The straightened out chassis was all goofy, and I straightened it all out. And we got the engine tuned up. Stevie helped me, and we took that car to Saskatchewan, to Kindersley. And in a borrowed vehicle, I made it to the finals. It was a shootout, and I made it to the finals. It was pretty cool. Of course, the car broke at starting line in the finals, but I still got to the finals. Yeah, so that was one of the best because it wasn't even my own vehicle. And speaking of the family thing, it's a real culture. It's a lot of these guys, this is our summertime family. And it's a culture. When you're sitting around Saturday night hanging with all these guys, there's nowhere else you'd rather be. And some of the adventures we've had, we've gone racing down south, we've gone racing in Saskatchewan, we've gone racing all over the place, and just, yeah, it's, I tell you, at my funeral, I hope a bunch of mud racers show up. You know what I mean? I'll be remembered as a mud racer as much as anything else in my life, for sure.
Well, it definitely seems to be in the blood. Thanks very much, Stu. We'll see you again next year, I hope.
You will. Thank you. You will see me next year. See all of us next year. Peace out.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, nicely done by Brad Asbury, a 2.314. All torque, nice job. Nice job, Jesse, at 2.737. He ran a 2.746, so very consistent, knocked a little off of that. That's your number, Jack. Oh, wow, he was going left the whole time, a little pedal there. Still a 2.471 with a pedal. Nice piece of driving by Brendan Asbury. All right, Byron, let's see what you got. So, Byron. Yeah, well, you can see here, you can hear that nitrous kick in at about the 80-foot mark of 4.157. There's the purge that we were talking about. That didn't happen on the first pass. All right, Jen, you want to lose that 12. Yeah, a 5.050, Hawaii 5.0. a 5050. She's gonna throw that 12 away so fast it'll make your head spin. You hear the nitrous kicking in? Yeah, big time, big time. A 3757. Good job, Blaine. There it is. There it is. Nice. Nice job, Brooke. Is your dad going to hang on? Going to go for a ride with you? Okay, Steve, it's race time. Oh, that's cheating. Is that cheating? Oh, see, that's karma. He tried to cheat as I slowed down a 9471. So we're going to start off with the Red Nightmare, Caden Lamac, second-year racer out of Lone Butte, British Columbia. 254 stroke. I remember last time he got a little off course there. He got a little off course and kind of got flustered. Like I say, he's sitting on 10 cushions with Matt's giving him some driving advice. He's like, yeah, whatever. Okay, Caden, hit it. Look at him. Look at his head down. He's in there. He's looking through the steering wheel. Oh, yeah, the flag is flying. Caden Lamac. An 8.286 for the Lamacian one. Good job by Caden. All right, this is Abby Harampoli in the borrowed buggy. We're ready, Matt. Sorry, Abby with an 8.589. So this is Kaylee Hopkins, the farm buggy. That was her big brother B-Hop there. Okay, Kaylee, this is one of the faster machines here. She ran a 6.7. Let's see if she can beat that 6.7. Go, Kaylee, go! Oh, no. Okay, B-Hop, you gotta push her through. If you push her through, it counts. Come on, buddy, time isn't wasted. There's Kaylee, if you can see how fast your brother was running right now. He's got your back. Gonna have to push her there, B-Hop. Okay, the clock's still going. This is gonna count. Here comes Mr. Backman to the assistance. Oh, she's looking. Well, where were you earlier, Backman? The thing's picking up speed, doing a wheelie now. All right, they clicked the clock and I have 53,635. He ran a 7.9, very respectable 7.9. Let's see him beat that. Oh, I think he's going to do it. He is so, a 7.478. Took half a second off his 7.9. Good job, Rod. Now Cheyenne had a bit of trouble. She ran a 10.1. Let's see if she can knock something off that 10.1. It's just not getting the RPM. A 10.668. Oh, yeah, look at that. Oh, that thing's running good now. Oh, a 6.517. Oh, no. Hey, track of it. Okay, guys. He's okay. There he is. Well, you know what? Listen, make sure he sees the first aid people, okay? Just make sure, listen, no matter what, you're not okay until first aid says you're okay, all right? Okay. He's probably scared out of his mind, that's for sure. She. So Kinsley, she has the dubious distinction of being the first junior to roll. Whatever, for what that's worth. Looks like Kinsley and the buggy are no worse for wear. What do you say, Kinsley? Are you okay down there? Now, Kinsley, you're going to like to hear this, okay, Kinsley? I have seen people wipe out before, like big guys, real racer guys. You know what they do after the wipeout? They always ask what their time was. Because that's racing. And Kinsley, a 6.517, that's the fastest of the class so far. Nice job, Kinsley Vandermeer. Whoa. That didn't sound correct. No, now he's trying to start it. Hang on. Yeah, that sounded like I don't know if you guys heard that. It was a pretty good crack. All right, Brewster's out of the car. Never a good soul. There's his air filter. They're pulling parts out of the scoop. Now, he had a backfire. He may have just simply popped the air filter, but I don't know. You could hear it crank. It didn't seem to want to start. So let's just see what they can come up with here. He's got the big 602 cubic inch. There's no replacement for displacement, folks. Yeah, right down the chute. Another 3.3. Good, very consistent at 3.317. Good job for Eric Vandermeer. All right, Ian, looking for a 3.3, buddy. A 4.0, so he took over a second off his last pass. A 4.0, very respectable. All right, let's see what Gerald Stern has for you, folks. He ran a 5.2 last time. Can he better than 5.2? Yeah, a 5.074, so he took 2/10 off. Good job. In the meantime, we got the flippin' crapinator. Ivan the Terrible in Lumbee, BC. And that Subaru GL. Got a 2.7 turbo boxer Subaru engine. Low resistance rings, it says here. Sponsored by Ivan's Imports at Gilbert's out of Lumbee. Odin's pit crew. The flippin' crapinator. The only Subaru in our team here. Nicely done, a 4.929. A classic Ford against Chevy. Two lady drivers gonna show us how it's done. The Ford in the near lane with the blue metallic paint job. The 55 Chevy, very mater looking over there in the far lane. Who will prevail? Nicely done. A 5.048 for Renee and a 5.213 for Jen. Very close race. Good job, ladies. In the meantime, we got Jordan Keeneker in the tractor class. Coming at you fast and furious here. This is Heavy metal. He's got the big Rockwells. He's got the big art. He's got the big stuff. Going against Eleanor Fawcett in Harry Canary. That's 75 Mazda. Who even knew Mazda made trucks? This is in memory of Melanie Chitney. The last time Ellie ran her best pass ever and she took the heat. Can she do it again, folks? Oh yeah, come from behind special by Eleanor Fawcett at 4,006. Chris is pretty excited. He said, fudge, yeah. Two sisters coming at you. We got Krista Humphrey in the ball breaker. We got her sister, Leanna Davies, the president of the Northwest Mud Racing Association, in Hell on Heels. Leanna took it last time. Can Krista seek some revenge against her sister? The answer is no. A 4.371 for Leanna Davies and a 5.463. Look at that rear steer. Is that cool or what? So this is Ashley Bloom's mystery machine. It's going to be driven by Stephen Witt, her mechanic, and her man. This is in memory of Stephen's mom, Marlene. So Steve, you're racing for your mom here, buddy. So look, I don't know where hell Bella Vandermeer is. Oh, here she comes. Here she comes. There's Bella. You gonna run them side by side, Matt? There's Bella. That's Mike. Mike's the vice president of Northwest. Bella's dad. All right. You got the 16-year-old Bella in Hell's Bell, sponsored by Lurco, Albion Tireland, Hillbilly Mud Racing, J. Brown Metalworks. Wants to thank Eric and Davey for all the help. Going against Stephen Witt. Stephen is racing Ashley's mystery machine. And he's racing for his mom, Marlene. This is for you, Marlene. Stephen, give her something good, buddy. Good job, a 4.993 for Bella. What did Bella run the last pass? An 11. A 4.7, I think I said 11. Now, Little Bird hasn't been running that good. Let's see if they got it running a little better. It's been struggling to get RPM here. And of course, Odin is not privy to the whole nitrous system and stuff. So let's see what these two young fellas got. Odin with the 5.336. Good job, Odin. All right, Chris Godfrey out of Kitimat, BC. In an 82 Jeep CJ5 with a big block Chevy in there. He calls this Morticia. Now, Morticia ran a 4.5. And old Austin Smith here with the busted ankle and all in bad habit. Sponsored by A&J Roofing, Ken's Marine, Silver Fox Hot Shot, Caleb's Off-Road and Caleb Tire Service Limited out of Terrace, BC. Both these guys came quite a way from Terrace and Kitimat, respectively. Austin Smith. Man, oh man, a 4.952 for Chris Godfrey and Morticia. Austin Smith just getting it done, a 4.068. He was sideways for half the run. I never flinched. He never flinched. Never let off that thing once. Good job by Austin. Now, Corey ran a 5.125. A 5.125 for Corey. This is better than that here. As he takes another round of life out of this engine. Nice job, Corey. A 5.4, 5.6. Here we go. This is Peter Hopkins in the blue Dodge. Dirty Habits wants to thank Lorco, Hopkins Roofing, KBC Farms. Big shout out to Brian and Luke for all their help. Going against Drama Queen, Daryl Paul out of Quesnel, BC. Sponsored by Lorco Racing, Paul Brothers Racing. His pit crew is Rick and Michelle. Rick, Paul, and Michelle Gull. Big block Chevy in that thing. The Drama Queen. Daryl Paul takes it with a 5.966. Man, that thing's rolling cold. A 6.504. Okay, this is Relentless. Coming up, this is Justin Price out of Quesnel, BC. 98 Chevy with a big block and a 5-speed. Sponsored by RX Wood Industries, Richards Rad, Lordco, Last Minute Racing, Wild Acres Rad. Wants to thank Mom and Dad, and he has a McDonald's sponsorship. I don't know how that works, but I would love to have McDonald's sponsorship. Justin Price out of Quesnel, Austin Smith out of Terrace, BC, sponsored by AJ Roofing, Kens Marine Silver, Fox Hotshot Service, Caleb Off-Road, Caleb Tire. So Austin ran a 4.6 and Relentless ran a 6.5. So let's see if they can improve upon that. Nice job by Austin. A 4.723 for Austin Smith and a 6.757. Justin had the pedal in the middle there for Relentless. We got Tammy Barkhouse, our apparel, chief apparel mama, her and her team. As well as the, and Ricky in Back in Black here, not Back in Black, Independence, pardon me. That was Austin Smith. I'm just seeing if people are paying attention. Ricky is in Northwest Mud Racing Association secretary, going against Tammy Barkhouse, who is our chief apparel lady. Mixing business with pleasure, the two ladies. Whiskey Girl, the 64 Chevy, Tammy Barkhouse. Independence, Ricky Blackwell, the 81 Chevy Scottsdale. Oh, look at that, look at that. A 5.351, she's like, my truck has never gone this fast. A 7.285 for Tammy and a good-looking 64 Chevy. Jordan Koeniger to hit that hill and hole for you folks. He had a 5.46 last time. He's got the 50-inch BKTs. He just recently added rear steer to this machine. Not that it really has an impact on this particular event, but it's cool nonetheless. Nice job, Jordan, and a 5.734 to boot. So that was the fastest pass of the class. She probably also had the best air. Let's see if she can improve upon both those factors, folks. Now see when she stayed on the throttle, that first one, how flat it landed, that's that rear engine. All right, here's Krista Humphrey in the ball breaker. Now this thing is front engine, it always kind of lands nose down no matter what you do. Nice job, nice. Very clean, very straight down Broadway, a 5.742. I'm going to have to say Leanna probably, well, she has the fastest time, man. Probably the best area, but tomorrow's a whole new day. All right, that's Maximus. Sorry, the street stock class here. That's Maximus in the far lane. An 05 GMC Sierra diesel out of McBride, BC. Going against Rip and Tear, Sam Jones. Or possibly Chuck Rowlandson is driving this pass. Thunder Valley Contractors. Sammy J's Contracting. Or his sponsors. Rip and Tear in the near lane in that 86 GMC going against the diesel. Oh, super close. That last little bobble by Rip and Tear cost him. A 6.276 for Maximus and a 6.360. That's 14 one-thousandths of a second difference, folks. No, it's not. It's 24 thousandths of difference. Let's see if you're paying attention. We got Roberta. This is driven by Bobby Russell. Out of Williams Lake, BC, wants to thank his dad, Robert Russell, for helping him out. Going against Chad Cullen and Jagger Mustard, too. Wants to thank Dr. Frank and Harris Road Chiropractic, Prince Automotive, Albion Tire, M&M Excavating, and all his friends. Oh yeah, Chad's got her this time. A 6.098 for the Jagger Mustard 2, Chad Cullen, and a 6.817. This is Wade Uberman in Fun Over 50 in your guys' lane, the black vehicle. Out of Houston, BC, sponsored by Sullivan Motor Products, Lorco Racing, Inland Truck and Equipment, as well as Northwest Fuels. Going against the zombie booth of Ashley Davis. Sponsored by Lorco, Extreme Machines, All Their Steel, All Their Equipment, Security Machine, and Allspan, Bubba's Speed Shop, Big Time Motors. Oh, go Ashley, go! Oh, nice job by Ashley. The happiest person here today is right now is going to be Ashley Davis with a 6.058, taking down the mighty Wade Uberman with a 6.755. This is Robert Russell in Boneyard. And Reindeer Games, Brian Barkhouse. Good close pass. Nice job by Boneyard. Robert Russell of 5.710. And Reindeer Games with the 6.611. All right, so this is Derek Backman in Bruce. He calls that truck Bruce, named after that one fish on Finding Nemo. I don't know the whole story. Going against Dirty Barbie, Danielle. Wants to thank her husband Jeremy and Steve for getting her going. Big thanks to Jen for the Dirty Barbie pants, which is a story yet to be told, I'm sure. Kingston Constructions is Derek Backman's sponsor. Bruce, actually, Derek Backman helped B-Hop push Kaylee Hopkins through that pit there earlier on. That was Derek Backman. There goes Derek Backman. There goes Danielle. Come on, Danielle, you're reeling him in. You just don't. She's not. 6.9 for Backman and a 7.9. 6.916 for Derek Backman and a 7.991 for Danielle. So Danielle ran a 7.6 and a 7.9. Backman ran a 7.9 and a 6.5. He'll be happy with that. This is B-Hop. Brian Hopkinson, Crazy Ranger. He pushed the sisters through earlier on. Wants to thank James and Andrew at Cascade Motorsports and his dad, of course. Thanks to his buddy Luke for all the help. Going against Ashley Deedles in the Muddy Moose. Ashley's out. Come on, Ashley, can you do it? Yes! Ashley Deedles in the Muddy Moose with a 6.329. B-Hop with a 6.439. That is it for day one of racing. Unfortunately, there's no guys from Alberta this weekend, which is too bad. It was always a fun time to come to Valemount. The Alberta guys really making a special race, but forest fires and the like. But that was a good day of racing. Thank all you guys for coming. There's no rush. You have to leave. I don't know if the beer garden is still open or not, but that tent will open tonight at 9. There is a band. Should be a good rocking time in there. I'll be in there for a little while. So thanks again, everybody, for coming. I'll leave the music on for a little while here. In the meantime, peace out. Hope to see you all tomorrow.